And I brought out the resin class because we actually only have 5 people signed up for this, so there's still room. It's a charcuterie board. It is $66, but you get the bamboo charcuterie board, and she shows you how to make the waves designs with the resin. That is Sunday. No, no, that's the beauty of it, is you don't have to be really artistic or anything. It's just pouring some paint and pouring some resin. So there's a QR code on here. If you'd like to scan it with your phone, you can sign up. I'm going. I'll be doing a charcuterie board, so join me and Bridget. It'll be a lot of fun. At this point, we are accepting non-residents, so if you have a friend or somebody that you want to bring along with, she's going to bring enough for 10 people total. So, what else? It's on Sunday. Yeah, at 12:30. This coming Sunday, at 12:30. And what else do we have? We have some private events going on next weekend. So I'll address those when next Friday. But karaoke's we didn't have it last month, so we hopefully will get a good crowd this time around. It's going to be on the 30th, Saturday, 6 p.m. BYOB as always, and some snacks too. You may have seen the Winterfest registration go out, so please register for that. It's more or less for a head count, so I know how many people to expect, how many bodies to expect, because we do have a lot of food. I have 40 sub rings from Publix ordered. Yes, Winterfest is essentially it's a tree lighting ceremony, but there's a lot of games. So what we're gonna have is what I have lined up. We have a 360 photo booth. I don't know if you've ever seen those. You get on the platform and a GoPro goes around and it takes a 360 photos. It'll be right outside next to the Christmas tree. So the lights, I think, it's going to look really cool, those pictures. And it'll have the Sandoval logo. It's completely free. The whole event is free, so nothing costs you anything. The food, so you come on out, have some food. For the kids, there'll be some jousting, so it's essentially like a big blow-up mattress with 2 posts that they shove each other off of, so that should be entertaining to see. If you're kid size, yeah, jump on there. It'll be fun. And there's a video game trailer that'll be here, and I actually just confirmed I went for an extra hour, so they'll be here the entire time because I think it's going to be very popular. There's internet, VR glasses. It's going to be a whole trailer for the kids. What else do we have? 4 to 8. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The tree lighting's going to be at 6 p.m. Santa is going to be joining us. He's going to be lighting the tree. I'll also have a menorah as well as Hanukkah gifts to give out. I have about 40 little gifts to give away. I think that's always nice to remember that. I had a kid last year say, "Can I take one of these? Is it allowed?" Yeah, of course, have it. So, what else do we have? I think that's it. I'm still working on getting some face painters. Oh, it's December 7th. Yes, the email just went out this morning, so be sure that to look at it. It'll have some additional details on there. So that's our big Winterfest, but you may have remembered last week I gave out the December calendars. One of the dates have changed on that, the card making class. Unfortunately, she has to travel, so she's changed it to the 10th instead of the 16th. So it'll be December 10th at 6 p.m. So it'll be it's going to be an evening class. Yeah, so we'll be making some Christmas cards. What else? Yes, sir. If you wanted to. Yeah, so that would be Monday the 16th at 10 a.m. Is it 10 a.m.? Yeah, 10 a.m. That is open now. Could you email me so that way I don't forget? Thank you. What else do we have going on in December? Well, we are going to do the contest for decorating your home because obviously we couldn't do it for Halloween with all the hurricanes. A lot of people had to take down their decorations, which was a bummer, but the hurricane season is gone. 'tis the season. It's starting. Like, it is. It is. It is. I feel safe saying it. We're pretty much at that time. So that was that. Let's see what else. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, we have a several crafting days. So actually, we have one this month for the kiddos. So if you have somebody that's 8 and up that wants to make a beaded corn or little tissue tree, that's the 26th, and that's at, I believe, 10 a.m. What time is that at, Lucy? The kids craft? Oh, I have it here. Yeah, at 10 o'clock on the 26th. So, but we do have an adult crafts. One of the newest social committee members, her name is Kim Whiteley. I don't know if anybody knows her. She is really crafty. So she's going to show us how to make, I guess they're like candy cane wreaths. It'll be $15 a class. And that's going to be on Monday, the 9th of December at 10 a.m. That's still on if you got one of these last week. Everything else should be fine. And of course, the silent disco. Yes. Yeah, 15. Yep. For the but not for the kids. Yeah, the kids is always free. I like to make sure the kids can have their craft time free. And what else? Any questions as I'm rattling off all of these fun things we're gonna do? Any? No? Nothing? Well, be sure to join us tonight for Dina. Like I said, the show starts at 7. If you do want to attend and you haven't RSVP'd, just let me know. I still have a couple of seats available. Yes, I have you. Yes. Perfect. All right, I'll hand it over to Chuck. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Jessica. Jessica told me that I better keep it short, otherwise I'll be standing in the middle of a ladies' boutique. So, so if they move in front of me here, I'll dodge a little bit. So, but just wanted to say hello to everybody. She gets to cover all the good stuff, right? I just wanted to let everybody know we're still fighting the good fight with our mulch nightmare. We're not paying these people until we're happy with what the end product is. And we've already started soliciting quotes for next year from different companies. So that it's going to take a little bit for us to get this sorted out. Again, this company has been here for 4 years. We've never had a problem. This year we have a problem. So we're going to deal with it. May take us a little bit longer, but we're going to deal with it. The other thing is the playground, again, is still waiting on a retail salesperson to get back in touch with us to let us know how much the parts are, get it to the board, get the board to approve it, and then have our maintenance guys order it and get it installed. So that's not, like I mentioned before, that's not something we can go to Home Depot, pick up some parts and take care of it. It gets inspected professionally every couple of years. Obviously, from a risk management point of view, it has to be inspected, it has to pass inspection, it has to be done the right way. So that's what the slowdown is. I know you all are anxious to be going on a playground, so just wanted to let everybody know that. I'm sorry? Replacement parts, yeah. Oh, the canopy too. The canopy replacement, as well as it's really the steps that go up. They were kind of rusted and rotted out. So it's not a small, insignificant little thing that, bubble gum and duct tape could fix. It's a part of the structure that has to be done correctly. So what else? Earlier this week we started we met with Precedent and we started our onboarding process. So all of us gone through the employee orientation, and we're taking care of all the things we need to do to kind of get on board. So there'll be a lot of things for us to do in the next couple of weeks to kind of get everything situated. But we're excited to be part of the Precedent family. And Ryan and Dave are going to pick up our new old pickup truck that was approved a couple of months ago. So that will be replacing one of our Gators that is well beyond its useful. So this for me. They have some language in there that prohibits me from doing that. Even though we live in a right to hire and fire kind of world, but I don't know. It kind of feels special. but it's annoying, you know, you would think that, you know, it is what it is, right? So, but let me open it up to questions. Again, before I'm standing in the middle of a ladies' boutique with naked dummies over there. Yeah, wait a minute. And Bill is wearing a beautiful floral shirt. And it's a Buffalo Bills shirt, and that's going for $25.95 if anybody's interested. So, you know, where's Jessica? That's not a bad idea, right? A little fashion show?
Oh, yeah, we have one scheduled for, I believe, actually, where is she? It's with her, too.
Well, we got models right here. Start signing them up.
Yeah, I will be needing models. I think it's going to be in March. I'll pass.
Yep.
You raising your hand there, Bill?
Swimwear, evening wear.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Questions? Yes, Brian.
Just more informative thing. If there's anybody out there that still has three left from Milton, I still am calling the town, and they're telling me, even though they came through here once, they said they'll be back before Thanksgiving.
We picked up a lot of stuff I asked for yesterday. Yeah, I saw it
Yeah.
going down on the ball.
Yeah. You know, good news, bad news is, it wasn't substantial enough like Ian to have FEMA be in charge. You know, that's the good news. The bad news is the city's in charge. So, and then, you know, they have limited resources. They have a contract with Waste Management that is limiting, and they have, you know, probably their public works guys, you know, rec guys, those guys are kind of getting,
They hired a third party to come around and do it.
yeah.
And they can tell you where they are. Last week, they said, well, they're in Sandoval, they didn't pick it up. Yeah, they called us, they didn't pick it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We saw 3 City of Cape Coral trucks, dump trucks here, and that was it. And you're gonna need a lot more than that. So, any other questions? Yes, sir.
Big trees outside the fence line,
Big trees outside the fence line.
shady ladies and all that.
Yeah, I hate saying this because I don't like making announcements until I have confirmation. We have a contract with our tree company, and they were raring to go, right? And then Milton hit, and so they've kind of moved all their resources to take care of Milton trees and all that kind of stuff. They told me they're hoping to do all the trees. We're going to start with bulk trees first. They're going to do all the commons and the outside perimeter trees, and they're going to start the first week in December. So I didn't want to say that because the week before, they're supposed to call me and say, yes, we will definitely be there first week of December. So, you know, I'm going to say it with an asterisk now that they're supposed to be here the first week of December to take care of that. They should have been here earlier, but because of Milton, we lost the
Got a
spot.
couple that, since the hurricane, they're cracked,
Yeah.
and another good storm, and it could take part of the fence out.
No, Barbara's brought that to our attention. We have that on our list.
All right.
So, but any other? Oh, here comes the legs. These were the customers that didn't pay. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Those are the half price sales.
any other questions? No? Remember last week I started off by saying it was the first weekend and I didn't have to worry about a hurricane coming? Yeah. I jinxed it, right? But knock wood, we're back, where Sarah's not supposed to come this way, so finally, right? So we're still not done yet until December 1 supposedly, but we're, you know, enough. That would have been 3 hurricanes and 3 lightning strikes in 3 months. So thank you, we're good, thank you, no more, no mas. So, but I want you all to have a great weekend and we'll see you next week and enjoy.
Just want to give everybody a quick update. The new management company will be sending out a paper mailer to the whole community with information about themselves, payment instructions, and how to get your owner information updated so that their records are complete. So I just was going through the text of the mailer with them this morning. It should be getting out in the mail sometime next week, so the post mail being what it is, should probably expect to see it in about 10 days. So, and we're still working to schedule a town hall to bring precedent in here to meet the residents and to start getting everybody signed up so they can start making their payments. So we're moving as fast as we can to get information to everybody, into everybody's hands. So the question is, our fees, is it just the initial contribution that's rising? The answer is yes and no. Okay, so the proposed budget that is being reviewed by the community right now does not have an increase in the common assessment. If you are a bulk landscape owner, you will see a slight decrease in that assessment from the previous year. There was a proposed increase in the reserve assessment. And in addition to that, there was the increase in the initial contribution. Now, there's been a lot of community feedback about the change, the increase in the initial contribution. And I know that Dave, who's keeping track of those addresses, is working with the finance committee to come up with some alternatives that'll be presented to the board next week. So this was the process that we're going through. The important thing is that, from my perspective, is the community recognizes that in order for us to be a quality community, we need to make sure our finances for the long term are stable. That is, we have the ability to meet our obligations to resurface the roads, repair the lakes, repair the sidewalks, do the other things that are necessary, and not have to go to you and ask you to write a check once every 5 years to keep us whole. So that's what we're trying, so that's fundamentally what the finance committee and Dave are trying to do. And, you know, we all don't want to pay more, but just for example, the cost to resurface the roads have gone up 45% from what we saw in our reserve study in 2022. So we're trying to deal with the reality of that, just like we are all trying to deal with that in our household budget. So they're working on it right now to come up with some alternatives. Yes, sir. The board meetings by design are not a place for interaction. You're welcome to come and speak before the meeting or after the meeting. It's the town hall that we had Monday is really the forum for residents to come and have a dialogue with the finance committee and the board about opinions for or against whatever was being proposed. So, but it's not just the budget, but by structure, the board meetings are the board doing business in public. Okay? Any other? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I paid associate to January 1st, the full 3 months. Do we have to pay this new company in December for 1 month?
No, they're going to be, your first payment to precedent, that's a good question. Your first payment to precedent will not be due to January 1st, so your first payment to them will be for Q1 2025.
Okay.
So, and then you'll see, and we're also working on, because it's going to be a bit of a transition, we're going to be working on something about waiving late fees for a period of time, so everybody gets sort of set up with the new system. Okay.
When does the resurfacing start? And are they gonna do it by sections?
Dave, I don't remember.
It's 2028 is when it's scheduled to start, and then it's scheduled for 28, 29, 30. And then there's a gap before they start doing phase 3.
Right.
Well, assuming it's controlling your base, maybe the price will come down.
Yeah, one can only hope. I mean, it's just, I mean, it was, well, here's another thing. So for example, in the reserve study that we got in 2022, they said to do erosion repair on the lake was $44 a foot. And that's what we used when we built the budget last year and planned for what we're doing this year. And you can see we're only able to do half of what was planned because of the cost increases. The current costs are north of $100 a foot to repair the lakes right now. Yeah, I mean, it's this you see, I mean, unfortunately, you know, it's like we're all living with, unfortunately, you know, labor costs have gone up, material costs have gone up, so there, hopefully we'll see some positive impact over the time frame, but likewise, this community, up to 2023, relied exclusively on initial contributions to fund the reserve funds, which was great when we were selling over 120 houses a year, especially during the you know, the COVID peak years where everybody was trying to get to Florida, like Jane and I. Right now, we're seeing 75 houses a year. There's forecasts. There was even a forecast in the this Wall Street Journal or the New York Post where they're talking about real estate deflation in Southwest Florida. So we have to be very careful about how aggressive we want to assume house sales are going to be here for the next few years. So that's why it's sort of a balancing act in terms of how we're going to source or fund reserves to meet our obligations going forward. Yeah. Eric.
Will we be able to carve that 2025 assessment for you?
Yes, I mean that's like we do. We take.
We're not gonna come up with
No, it's not a one-time or special assessment. It'll be just part of your quarterly payment. So if you look at your statements that you get that you gotten from Associa, you'll see what's called a maintenance fee, which means that's our common assessment. Then if you're a bulk landscape owner, you'll see a separate line for landscape. And then you'll see the reserve assessment broken down into the quarterly payment as your third line item of what you owe for on a quarterly basis. No. I mean, if you want to pay it all. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
And just so you're, excuse me, 10 years ago when I moved to the Northwest Cape, we are on well water and septic. And they told me then that it was going to be $8,000 for them to extend the city water and sewer to my home, and it would probably happen in 2 years. Well, it's 10 years later, they still haven't done it. But that $8,000 is now $32,000 for us, and we have to connect to it. So, I mean, and that's, you know, they're ripping up the roads to put that in there. So it's not just Sandoval, you know, everybody's starting to feel the pinch of this. So, but, oh my God, yeah, I know. So. Oh yeah. Well, we were gonna build an addition over here. My wife, I don't know if my wife will go for that. All right, have a good one, guys.